Some people are always chosen first. Others are always chosen last. This is the story of someone who stood quietly in the background and made a choice no one expected. In a peaceful kingdom, far from noise and pride, the king held a yearly competition for young men, not to find the strongest, not to crown the fastest, but to observe discipline, patience, and character. Those who participated were rewarded with horses, each according to their rank. The first to cross the line chose first, then the next, and the last chose last. Among all the boys in the village, there was one who was always slow. His name was Abimon, not lazy, not careless, not disobedient, just slow. Slow to run, slow to speak, slow to understand. When lessons were taught, he learned quietly. When choices were made, he stood back. People smiled at him, but not kindly. Some felt sorry, some laughed, some ignored. Even his own father worried, not because he was ashamed, but because he was afraid the world would be unkind to his son. And one evening, his father said gently, "Go, try, not to win, not to impress, just to experience." And Abimon nodded. The day of the competition arrived. The field was wide. The crowd was loud. The sun was bright. Young men stretched. Fathers watched. The king observed from his seat. When the signal was given, the runners surged forward. Dust rose. Feet pounded. Voices cheered. Abimon ran too. He was not fast among them, but he ran sincerely. One by one, the boys crossed the finish line. Each was called forward to choose a horse. Strong horses, tall horses, fast horses, pride in their eyes, fire in their steps. And one by one, they were taken, until only 2 remained. When Abimon finally crossed the line, his chest heaving, his legs shaking, his face red with effort, the field was quiet. 2 horses stood. One was strong and healthy, shining coat, steady stance. The other was injured, thin legs, tired eyes, head lowered in silence. The crowd murmured, "Of course he'll take the good one. At least he knows that much. That injured horse will be useless. It will be abandoned anyway." Someone laughed and said, "That horse is just like Abimon, slow." Laughter rippled, but Abimon didn't look at them. He was looking at the injured horse, and something inside him moved. Not thought, not logic, feeling. He stepped forward, walked past the healthy horse, and gently placed his hand on the injured one. The crowd gasped. The king leaned forward. Abimon chose the injured horse. The laughter returned. People said, "He is slow and foolish. He has chosen his own burden. What will he do with that?" But Abimon said nothing. He only held the reins and walked away. From that day, his life changed. He woke early, cleaned wounds, fed carefully. He took the horse to the healer, waited patiently, listened quietly. When people laughed in the market, he did not respond. When people whispered, he did not turn. For the first time in his life, he was not the one being cared for. He was the one caring. He spoke to the horse, sat beside the horse, walked with the horse. Slowly, very slowly, the horse stood stronger, then walked, and Abimon ran beside it, not ahead, not behind, together. One afternoon, the king came to the village to distribute aid to the elders. The crowd gathered, guards stood watch, and suddenly, a man grabbed a bag of coins and ran. The guards reacted. The crowd shouted. But the thief was fast, too fast. And then, Abimon ran, and behind him, the once forgotten horse. Abimon leapt onto its back. The horse that no one wanted. The horse everyone had laughed at. The horse the world had dismissed. And together, they ran, with strength, with purpose, with steady resolve. The guards watched in surprise. The crowd stood still. They caught the thief. Silence fell over the village. Abimon returned the bag to the king, his chest rising and falling, his eyes steady. The king looked at him for a long moment, then stepped forward and embraced him. Sometimes the world rewards speed. Sometimes the world praises strength. But it often overlooks gentleness. The slow ones see differently. The quiet ones feel deeply. The overlooked ones carry more than we know. And sometimes, the one who arrives last is the one who understands first. Because kindness is not loud. It does not rush. It does not compete. It does not announce itself. It simply shows up when it matters. And that is enough.